Welcome to SEO conspiracy.com. I kept my mouth shut for too long. I've been in this industry, digital marketing, SEO, since 2004. And I see too many people who overpromise and underdeliver. Let me explain. First, a little bit of context. Because we have the keys as digital marketing professionals. We have the keys to a territory called internet. And within that territory, there is also the World Wide Web, which is a territory within that territory. Then you got emailing, you got all this stuff. And people like me know how to navigate and know how to get what's called undervalued attention. We know where to go to grab the attention at the lowest cost possible. In other words, we know how to make people famous online. It's a tremendous power. And the industry is broken down into freelancers, okay, like myself. I have only one employee. I tried 3 times to do the big thing, employees, big project, all that. Not for me. Not for me. I have a lot of respect for my friends who can do it. I have a lot of respect for people who achieve amazing results with their agencies. I see some of them because I'm a judge in the European Search Awards, UK Search Awards, Canadian Search Awards, Biddable Media Awards, and Global Search Awards. So I see some of the best campaigns that make me jealous, campaigns that I'm like, wow, I wish I did that. I wish I had this idea. I wish I had this client. But also, for many of those candidates, I'm like, wow, really? That's all you have to bring to the table? And also, since I started in 2004, I've been subcontracting for agencies. So I know how it works, really. I know the advantages of being on my own, okay? I know the disadvantages. Growth is limited. But I'm okay with that. I tried to do the big thing, and not for me. And I'm happy enough. I have enough money, enough freedom, enough everything, happy family, all that. I'm in a good place right now. And I'm also free enough to be able to tell you what's going on, what's going through my mind, regardless of the consequences, regardless of what professionals think, because many of them know that I'm telling the truth and they won't like what I'm about to say. What I'm about to say is that if you are a big budget in an agency, you have a whole team working for you. And we're talking about people doing the work, okay? Doing the content, building the links, making the changes on the website. I'm just a consultant. I have limited powers. But what I guarantee is that I will give you the right tools, the right means, the right resources, the right contacts. I will do my best. I will do everything I can, everything in my power to give you the assets you need to succeed. But then at the end of the day, yes, it's not my website, it's not my company. You have to put yourself in the line and you have to apply. If you apply only 20, 30%, you will get amazing results. But if you apply over 50, 60, 70, 80% of what I advise, I will guarantee that the results will go beyond your wildest dreams, your wildest expectations. It will work. When you do a proper job, it does work really, really well. And you don't need an insane budget to have a good consultant give you great advices. But then the problem with the agency is that they don't only have amazing clients. they also need to take the money from the little clients, because you need to pay the bills, you need to pay the taxes, and it's a young industry. I saw this job, I was one of the first, okay, early 2000. That's kind of unique in the history of in business, that something like that didn't exist before. And I'm fortunate enough to be part of this industry, and I do realize how fortunate I am to be in my position. But I'm also aware of the problems, and I'm today free enough that I can expose this issue. And it's not a small issue, because a lot of money is on the line. A lot of people are believing things that are just not possible. It just won't work. No way. Okay? That's about the low budgets that agencies will take on, knowing that they can't provide results beyond the expectations. They are very good at providing some results. Client satisfaction. Okay, do you understand the difference between client satisfactions and really delivering results, really bringing to that level of winning the game, of wanting to be one of the leaders of the industry? So on one hand, yeah, the client is guilty not to spend the money wisely. Too much money spent on the website, no more money left for the marketing. The client is guilty to not understand or educate him or herself well enough about how this works. But this is also why they hire you, to understand how the keys of this territory called internet and these magical powers we have to be able to deliver results and make you famous on the internet. And especially people like me who love delivering. My game is undervalued attention, like going places where the return on investment is amazing, and it's changing. The evolution about this is what keeps me going. Because if it was still the same game than in 2004, I would probably be bored, so bored that I would have quit. But what keeps me going is that it's always challenging, and we always need to adapt. Really, adapt or die. That's it. And the one who never gives up, the one who wants it more, will win. If you don't do anything, if you don't do enough, if you don't do the right things, you will lose at this game. And I have too many clients who come after a few, 1, 2, 3. Well, I wouldn't call them necessarily bad experiences with agencies, but experiences of never overachieving results, ever. And has nothing to do with the budget. That's the crazy thing, because again, during the awards, whichever it is that I'm judging, there is the low budget SEO or PPC campaign category, and I see amazing things done with very little money. I'm amazed sometimes, really amazed. It's wonderful. So it does work. But from a general standpoint, yes, too many people are taking the money, and they have this framework very well made, which keeps the client on month after month after month. Okay, the client will keep on paying because, yes, sir, it takes time. Yes, sir, see the chart, it's going up. You have more keywords. Sir, look, you're on the first front page of Google for one of your keywords. That's wonderful. More welcome. Bring in more money, and we'll bring in more results. But never, ever, ever these results are enough to build a substantial, a a business that can be well built, build well enough in order to succeed, especially with e-commerce, with margins averaging 12%. There's not a lot of margins to maneuver here, and you need to be very good. So the client is guilty for sure, but the agencies and also freelancers are very guilty, very, very guilty of overpromising and under-delivering. That's the issue I have here with this industry that I love enough for me to take my chance and tell my truth about this. Because staying silent and just putting this situation under the rug and keeping it going for so long, I don't agree. It's been 20 years, okay? So it's a young industry, but since the beginning, this situation has not evolved, meaning people don't know what they're getting into, and you are not helping them realizing the reality of the difficulties, and you are not doing everything in your power for them to succeed, because you need more clients, because you have to deal with the employees, because you have all these things that make it so damn difficult, and the rapid growth. I know all this, and I don't have a magic solution. I'm just here to tell it like it is, and I'm open to this discussion. If you think that what I say is totally wrong, please, let's talk. I would love to change my mind on this. I would love to decide that it's all good, and that the people with a few thousand euros, pounds, dollars, whatever you want to spend every year on SEO or digital marketing in general will bring them results. Because it won't. If this client doesn't invest time and or money enough and well enough, it won't work. I know how it can work, and I know very well how also it can fail. I own my failures. I've failed many times, but now I can, for myself, I'm experienced enough that I can guarantee the results. I know where I'm going. I can also guarantee my failures, pretty much. I can feel when I'm getting into something, then it will not work. But it doesn't matter, because all those failures make it worth it for the few successes. But with my clients, the success rate is pretty high, okay? Compared to some other people who are different industries, nothing to do with digital marketing, who have a failure rate of over 90 and 95%. That's insane. And all we have, the only thing we have, the only moral compass is, how do we look at ourselves in the mirror? Are you okay with what you see? Because if it's not illegal, it's allowed. That's the way it goes. And because the internet is complicated, because even the government people don't understand how it works, I think too many people enjoy this situation and take advantage of people's dreams of making it online when they don't have one single chance of succeeding. It won't work. It won't work. They don't have the right strategy. They don't have the right budget. They don't have enough time. They don't have the right consultant, the right agency. Yes, it's complicated and it's hard, and it's hard, getting harder and harder. It's a very noisy world out there. and I've been there since the beginning, so I've seen it grow. But I've not seen the situation evolve as far as what is promised to the client and what is really delivered to the client. This unbalance between what you make people think they can achieve and what they actually achieve is disappointing. That's the truth. Usually it's for the smaller budgets. The bigger budgets, it could happen also, because SEO is not an exact science and it is difficult. If you go PPC, paid, it's a little bit different. You can, not so much, because again, what you can do with 1,000 per day is not the same than 100. The statistics, the framework that works with an investment of 1,000 euros on Facebook ads per day, for example, will not work for 100. So there's also a little bit of that game going on in paid, but it's much simpler. Okay, you invest 1 and you make 5 or 10 or 100. And you can cut it off rapidly if it doesn't work, because that's the game. You pay for 1 click and then you have to pay again for another click. And when you run out of money, well, that's it. Well, with SEO, you can drag along the client for months, for years, showing charts that are going up, showing results. Yes, sir. Look, you have more keywords in SEMrush. Look, sir, you are on the first page for this keyword. It's wonderful. It takes time, sir. It takes over 1 year to have results. So we got to keep on going. And at the end of the day, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And this client will lose, will be disappointed, will have a failure. Whose fault is it? I guess we gotta both have a faulty, because yes, the client is not educated enough, and the agency is taking, or the freelance is taking advantage of this lack of education in order to take the money and be very good at client satisfaction instead of over-delivering. And the problem is that I really, really, genuinely do my best to give the right tools, the right assets, the right strategy. I really do my best. And maybe you will say, yeah, as a consultant, it's easier because you don't have to do the work. But I know the work. I'm not just a consultant who talk. I talk the walk and I walk the talk. I'm one of these. I do also the work. I know what it's like to do SEO and to have success and to build unique strategies that nobody has ever done before and to find things that nobody has done before. So I can brag about this because this is for real. I can prove it. I have the track record. I'm not a follower. Okay, I'm one of the people who make it first, who find the stuff, and then the rest follows. So I can now open my mouth, my big mouth, because I know what I'm talking about, and also I've been doing this long enough to know that we have to talk about this. I don't have a solution, magic solution, unfortunately. No, I don't, and I don't pretend to have a solution. But at least I want to bring this to the table. Most likely, nobody's going to care, and it will go on. But at least I will have done my part to bring it up to the table. I feel more at peace now that I said this horrible truth that I kept under the rug for too long. Don't overpromise and underdeliver. Underpromise and overdeliver. That's the right way to do it. Don't make people dream. Or, okay, make people dream, but don't sell a dream. See the difference between selling a dream and making people dream? You can totally, if you're able, if you have the skills, if you know the keys to this territory called internet, it's a superpower. Look what's going on in the real world. Be fortunate. Appreciate the fact that you can work in this territory called internet, and we're able to do things that are not possible in real life. But now, don't abuse it. Don't abuse this knowledge and this power. Try to find the right balance. I understand that it's difficult, and then growth is complicated, and you gotta pay all these things, and not everybody is lucky enough like me to find the balance between growth and work life and all this stuff. Yeah, I get it. I'm very, very lucky to be in my place, but also have the right to judge, because I know. Okay, you can lie one time to 1,000 people, but you can't lie 1,000 times to one person. And I've been doing this for too long. I know how it works. I know how everything works in this industry. And I'm not afraid to tell it like it is. I'm not afraid to go against Google. I've been doing it since the beginning. Go search for dark SEO team, and you will understand that even back then, I was telling it like it is to Google. So when I say that Googlers don't know how to do SEO, I know that they don't know how to do SEO. I know that they don't know what they're talking about. The Googlers that are in charge of public relations, the guys in Zurich who pretend that they're big guys and they are very happy to have all the attention from all these SEOs. Well, they're playing a dangerous game because they're full of it. And when you're an open book like myself, when you admit your flaws, when you don't pretend, when you don't fake it, at the end of the day, you're free and you win. Always. Always. I can look at myself straight in the mirror and be perfectly fine with what I see. I own my losses and my wins. I know what I'm good at and not good at, but my moral compass is in the right place. Maybe for some people it's not. Like I said, if it's not illegal, it's allowed. But let's try to find a balance here. Let's try to be reasonable. Let's try to find a middle ground in between an undereducated client with who is badly managed, where the resources are badly allocated, and who is guaranteed to fail. Money will run out, hope will leave, and it's over. If you don't believe the client will succeed, do you still take the money? I did. I admit I did. Okay? Of course, even if I don't have an agency with 75 employees, I do have to pay my bills. And I'm guilty of sometimes taking the money from a client, knowing that they have no chance, not one single chance of making it, because the margin it is too skinny, because they invested too much in the website that they don't have any money left for the marketing, because all the overhead, because all this, okay? And people have to decide for themselves, but also I don't think I abused that so much that it becomes a system, like it is for many, many agencies and some freelancers. They have a whole system to keep on the client month after month after month, knowing that it will never, never, ever work. So in between having a few losses and a few things that you did that you are not proud of, and making it a whole system, that's a problem. Okay? That's where the problem lies. I don't have a magic solution. I'm sorry. I'm just here to tell you the truth like it is. Maybe it will open a discussion. Maybe it's going to bite me in the face. I don't know. I don't care. I promised, I swear to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on this channel, on this podcast, SEO Conspiracy. That's the spirit behind it. And I'm in this very good position where I don't need to take the money, okay? I'm good. And I'm free to say whatever I want. Nobody was ever, never able to shut me up. If I see that something is not fair, I'm not going specifics here, okay? I'm not telling this agency or this freelance, this person. It's just a general state of mind. A state of mind where most likely the small budgets will always be overpromised and under-delivered. And sometimes even the big budgets, because they don't know what they're doing and they're spending just so much money doing nonsense. Do your job, guys. It works. When you apply the right strategy, when you know what you're doing, it works. And I can back this up. I'm explaining it enough on this podcast, and I'm only starting. I've started 5 minutes ago, this podcast, and I'm not going anywhere, okay? Nobody will shut me up. So it will take a little bit of time for me to explain everything, but I will do it. And if you follow my advices, you will get results. And I'm telling you everything for free. For free. I don't need you to click on the ads. There are no ads. I don't show ads, okay? I'm not selling you a course. You can hire me as a consultant, sure. You can buy a couple of my tools, for sure. That's one way to do it. We can work together. But I already said it in my market, which is in French, my main market. I already said that a few weeks ago. I said, don't ever contact me anymore if you are not serious about what you want to do. I don't want to do crap anymore. No more, okay? I've spammed enough. I've delivered enough high value to clients who just wanted to spam more, and now I'm into a different state of mind. I need to evolve. I need to grow, and I wish more people would take this industry more seriously and try to educate more, because you have a lot of very talented people who don't say anything, who don't explain anything, and I've spent my entire career sharing. I'm just starting in English for the past 5 minutes, but I've been doing it since 2004, since day one. I've been sharing my knowledge, everything, not holding anything back. I understand that everybody's different, and I understand that some have a moral compass that's totally twisted. There's nothing I can do, but at least if I can touch a couple of people who understand that maybe they need to change the framework in where this client is into this empty hole of spending money with the guarantee of not succeeding. This is wrong. This is not good for us. This is not good for the industry. Leaving too many people out by taking the money and knowingly doing this when you know that you are not providing enough value, you are not doing everything you can. It has to start with us, with the professionals. The client has some faults, has some guilt, okay? The client is not perfect, but it has to start with us. It has to start with the way we educate the client. It has to start with the way we make sure that the resources are well allocated. The strategy is a proven strategy to bring results, and real results, not results that will please the monthly report where you see the chart going up. And that's easy to do, okay? You can make a chart, say whatever you want. You can build a business plan or numbers or PowerPoint to please client. That's very easy to do. Let's try to evolve a little bit. I'm not asking for a big revolution and to change everything overnight, but maybe if we change the mindset, maybe if we try to do our best instead of doing just enough to provide client satisfaction, maybe if we try to exceed those expectations, under-promise and over-deliver, wonderful things happen. I've done it. I've tried it. It's wonderful when you under-promise and you over-deliver. It's amazing. Try it out. Try it out. You'll see. Thanks for watching.